When you guys are all ready, we'll get on our mats and we'll get started. So, sitting nice and comfortably on those mats, however you like to sit. You can be cross-legged, you can have your feet staggered like myself, you can have them out in front of you. It's just where it's most comfortable for you. And I want us sitting up nice and tall, opening up those lungs so we can get as much oxygen in as possible. And just close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths here. Centering yourselves on the mat, getting yourselves ready to start this session. To start relaxing your body and stretching it at the same time. And then let's put one hand on the side of the head and just gently pull. So we're getting a really good stretch down the side of your neck and into your shoulder. Feel it lengthen. And then when you're ready, you're just going to do it exactly the same on the other side. Placing the hand on the side of the head and just gently pulling. So you can get that good stretch all in the side of your neck. And then roll your head forward so your chin's on your chest. Still sitting up nice and tall, and put your hands, both hands, on the back of your head and let the weight of your arms pull it down. Still sitting up nice and straight, but with your head forward. And this is just stretching those muscles down the side, down the back of your neck. And you should feel it pulling in your upper back as well, because it's all connected. And then coming back, releasing those hands, and let's circle the head round, all the way around, 3 times one way. And then when you get back to the center, you're going to do 3 times the other way. And coming back up to sit nice and tall. And let's put those legs out in front of us so that they are straight and we are still sitting up nice and tall. Place your hands on your thighs and we're going to slide them forward and back. Forward and back. Reaching for those toes or wherever it is that you can reach. You might be able to get to your ankles, you might only get to your knees, it doesn't matter. As long as each time you go forward, you try and get a little bit further every single time, warming up those hamstrings, warming up the lower back. One more time, going forwards and sliding back, bringing one foot with you and having it on the inside of your thigh, pushing the knee out wide. And you're going to reach and hold wherever it is that you can reach, making sure that you're comfortable still. And we're going over and up. Over and up. So you're leaning down, taking that head towards your knee and taking the hand over to meet the other one. And then as you sit back up, the arm goes right the way around. So you get a good movement in the side of your trunk and in your shoulder as well. So it goes all the way up. And let's go over one more time and coming back up. And we're going to change sides, so the other leg goes out, other one goes in. Reaching to wherever it is that you can reach, going over and up. And it's exactly the same, taking your head down to your knee, and then sitting back up, and that shoulder's doing that big sweeping motion through the air, warming up those shoulders. And let's do it one more time, going over and up. And let's bring both of our feet together, push those knees out nice and wide. And we're going to take the chin to the chest and roll forward, taking the head to your toes and rolling back up again, all the way up so you're sitting tall, chin to your chest, rolling forward, trying to get closer and closer to your toes every time. Imagine you're rolling those vertebrae down. Let's do it one more time. Chin to your chest, rolling it down and rolling back up. Lovely. And let's get those legs nice and wide as you feel comfortable. And let's sway from side to side. So from the left to the right, swaying from side to side. Big sweeping motions with those arms. So we're warming up that trunk even more. We're warming up the shoulders again. And we're getting the legs as well as they keep stretched. Keeping those muscles tight. And let's go over one more time. And then come back to the center. Lovely. And let's have those hands in front of us. And we're going to slide forward and back. Forward and back. Remember not to take your head forward, keeping the head up so your back is nice and flat. And we're just getting that good stretch in the lower back, in the inner thighs and in your hamstrings. And trying to get a little bit further every single time you go forwards. Last time, and coming back. And let's bring those legs in, hands forward. And let's go onto our hands and knees in a nice table position. And we're going to do our cat to cows. So you're going to do cat first. You're going to push your back up, chin to your chest, holding it here. And then we're going to do cow. So you're going to look up and push your belly down, get a nice curve in your back. And let's do the cat again. And let's do the cow again. And then it's one more time for each, so let's do the cat. And let's do the cow. And then come back to table with a nice flat back. And we're going to take both of our legs out nice and long in a plank. And we're going to drop it down to chaturanga just above if you can. And then from here you're going to push forward into your up dog. So your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are on the floor, and you're pushing your body up. Don't let your ears go into your shoulders, push them away. If it's too much, bend your elbows slightly, but just keep your head up away from your shoulders. And let's pop those toes to the floor, lift the bum up and push it back into the air for downward dog. So your legs are straight and your arms are straight in line with your back. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to pedal. So you're pushing one heel down at a time. Keeping your toes on the floor. Feeling a nice deep stretch every time you push those heels down. And let's walk those feet in towards our hands. And let's roll up nice and steady. With a nice big inhale up. And an exhale down. Lovely. Alright, so we're going to go through our main workout today. So like I said at the beginning, lots of shoulder openers, okay? So feet as wide as your hips. We're going to do a nice big inhale up. So inhale all the way up, stretching as high as you can. And then falling forward and holding it forward here. Letting those legs be nice and straight, so you're feeling a good stretch in the back. Arms are hanging and head is hanging. And And from here, I want you to take your hands behind your back and bind your fingers and let them tip over. So it's our first shoulder opener. Opening up those shoulders, but also stretching the hamstrings as well. Pushing those hands as far away from your back as you can. And release it down. And then let's get our hands flat on the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. And you're either stepping back into plank or jumping back. It's up to you. Holding it in the plank. And we're going to lower down to chaturanga. Holding it just above the floor if you can. For 3, 2, 1, and all the way down to the floor. Relax your feet and put your hands out so they're in, your elbows are at right angles. We're going to do our second shoulder opener. So I want you to keep one elbow where it is and lift the other up. And as you lift, you twist your leg over. So you get a nice twist in your trunk. You're pushing the elbow that's on the floor, you're pushing that shoulder into the floor. As you lift your other up, and we should feel this across your chest and primarily in that shoulder that's still on the floor. Opening that shoulder wide. Good stretch, and lower it down. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So twist your body, lift up your shoulder. Elbow that is on the floor, that shoulder should be pushing into the floor, while your other one is lifting up, opening up your chest. Holding it here. We're going to hold these shoulder openers for a while, so I can really warm them up, stretch them out. Release it down. And let's have those hands either side of your chest, and you're going to push up into up dog. So chin is away from your chest, shoulders away from your ears, bending your elbows if it's too much, but trying to push the stretch open a little bit more. And I want those toes down, bums into the air for downward dog, and let's go straight into that pedal. Pushing the heels down to the floor, getting that good stretch. Now I want you to take your right foot and bring it forward in line with your right hand. So your shoulders are over your hands. And that right foot is as far forward as you can. You might not be able to get it in line with your hand, but just get it as far forward as you can. And hand closest to that foot goes up into the air, and I want you looking up at your top palm. And make sure your palm is facing the same way as your chest. And bring it down, shift your weight. And do the same on the other side. So the other hand goes up. You're looking up at that top palm, and the palm is facing the same way as your chest. And bring it back down to the floor. And the back knee goes down. And I want you to walk. No, keep your foot there, sorry. If this stretch is enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, go down onto those elbows. We're focusing on our shoulder openers, but that doesn't mean we don't want to open up our hips as well. And coming back up if you did go down, and walking that foot over to the centre. And we're going to come up into our runner's lunge. And I want those hands to go up into the air so that the arms are either side of the ears. Toes go down to the floor at the back, and you're going to lift up into warrior one. Lifting the back knee off the floor, keeping the front knee bent. Hold it here, powerful pose. And we're going to twist into warrior two. So the arms are down in line with your legs. You're looking down that front palm. The front foot is facing forwards and the back foot is facing to the side. And from here we're dropping that front hand. You can go to the floor or you can balance on the bent knee. It's up to you. And I want you looking up at that top palm. Now from here, I want us to take our hand that's on either on your knee or on the floor and go behind your leg. And your top palm comes down and you're holding your hands behind you. All right, I'm going to see if I can do it in a better position for you guys to see. So you're in your warrior, and down here, the bottom one goes round and this one goes back. And you're touching your fingertips underneath you, grabbing hold if you can. Holding it here and releasing. And let's come back to warrior two. Flip that front palm over and let's go back. And then come back to warrior two. And straighten that front knee and turn it. So we're in a good triangle pose. And from here we are going to do our prayer hands behind our back. So behind our back, touch your fingertips and then push your palms together so that you're in prayer. Get them as close as you can. And from here, you're hinging at your hips and taking yourself down to a nice flat back. So your legs are straight. You should feel this in your shoulders, in your hamstrings, in your lower back. It's a good stretch. Keep pushing those palms together. And coming back up to standing and release those hands. Foot at the front, twists again, back into your warrior, holding it strong. And let's circle those hands down to the floor, foot back into plank. We're going to lower it just above the floor and then go into our up dog. And toes to the floor, bum in the air, into down dog and pedal. And let's walk those feet forward towards your hands. And then rolling up nice and slow. With a big inhale up. And an exhale down. Lovely. So everything we just did, we're going to do it again. Getting a little bit deeper into those shoulder openings. So feet as wide as those hips. Let's do a nice big inhale up. Reaching high. And falling forward, keeping those legs straight, letting your head hang, letting your arms hang. And let's take those hands behind your back, bind your fingers, and you're letting them go over, so you're taking them away from your back to the maximum point. We've done lots of shoulder openers at this point, so you might find that you can get them a little bit further than last time. Even if it's just a millimetre, it's all improvement. And release those hands down. And we're going to want them flat on the floor, so if you need to bend your knees to get there, that's fine. And either jump or step your feet back so you're in your plank position. Holding it here nice nice and strong. And we lower it down to chaturanga. Hold it just above if you can. Nice and strong. And then lower it down to the floor. And we're putting those elbows out again in that right angle. And we're going to be twisting our body, taking the foot across the legs and then lifting up one elbow. So the elbow that's still on the floor, that shoulder should be pushing into the floor while your other one is lifting up, and you should feel that stretch across your chest. And now this is the second time we're doing it, so see if you can get a little bit further to the point where you're uncomfortable, really opening up those chests. You really need to be feeling this in your shoulder, in your chest. So always push it to the point of uncomfortable. And let's lay back down and do it on the other side. So the leg goes over and the arm lifts up. Elbow that's still on the floor, pushing that shoulder in, feeling that stretch across your chest, right deep in your shoulder. Stretching those muscles, releasing that tension. And then come back down onto your front. And hands are going either side of your chest. And we're lifting up into up dog. Feet are on the floor, knees are on the floor, or if you do want to, you can lift them up and make it a little bit more intense on your lower back. It's up to you. As long as those shoulders are away from the ears, it's completely up to you. And from here, we're going to put the toes to the floor, lift the bum up and push back into downward dog. Head is between the arms, and we're going to start to pedal, pushing the heels down. And we're going to do it on the other side this time. So I want the left foot coming forward in line with the left hand if you can. If you can't bring it that far forward yet, it's absolutely fine. You just bring it as far forward as you can. And from here, hand closest to the foot goes up into the air. And I want you looking up at that palm. And the palm isn't twisting. Don't twist your hand at all. You want it facing the same way as your chest. And then bring it down to the floor, shift your weight and do the same on the other side, lifting the arm up, palm facing the same way as your chest. Opening up your shoulders, making them stronger, opening up your chest. And bring it back down to the floor. And then let's drop that back knee down. And if you want to stay here, that's fine, but if you want to go a bit further, drop down onto your elbows. And then come back up. If you did go down, and walk the foot into the centre. And coming up into your runner's lunge. Feeling a good stretch in that hip flexor here. Nothing too crazy. And then let's lift the arms up so that they're either side of your ear, and put your toes on the floor, and we're going to lift up into warrior one. Good hip flexor stretch, this one. Also very good for your balance. And we're going to twist into warrior two. So the front foot is facing forward, back foot is facing the side. Your arms are in line with your legs and you're looking down that front palm. And we're going to tip forward, and again you can either go onto your elbow or you can go to the floor. And I want you looking up at that top palm. Nice strong warrior. And then just as we did before, the hand that's on the floor goes under your leg and the other one goes back round and you're gripping behind you. So I'm going to show you again. So you're starting in this position. Hand goes underneath, this one goes back. And if you can, you're gripping your hands. And release. And let's get back to warrior two. Flip that front palm over and leaning back. Keep that front knee bent, making it stronger. Looking up at the top palm. And come back to warrior two. And let's straighten that front knee and twist it so your feet are facing the same direction. And we're going to do those nice prayer hands again. So fingers meet behind your back and you push your palms together. Once you've got them as close as they'll ever get, hinge forward with a nice flat back. So your legs are straight, back is flat, palms are together. And hinging back up and release your prayer. Turn that front foot again, hands go up, final warrior. And cartwheel those hands down to the floor, foot back into your plank. And we're going to lower down to chaturanga and then all the way to the floor again. Onto our backs. And we're going to finish off with our final shoulder opener, which is either bridge or wheel. If you can do a wheel, you're going to get a much bigger shoulder opener, so it's better. If you're doing bridge, you bring your feet to your butt, lift your glutes up, and you push your shoulders into the floor as you lift up. If you're doing bridge, it's hands go behind you, fingers pointing towards your toes and lifting up from here. So choosing which one you want to do in 3, 2, 1. Lifting up, either bridge or wheel. So people's difficulty often with wheel is that their shoulders are very tight and they struggle to get them in the right position to maximise the strength to lift them up. Which is why it's good to do shoulder openers first before we do this. And whatever you're doing, lower it down to the floor. Legs going nice and long, hands at your sides to relax. And I want us to lift one leg up into the air and hold behind it wherever it is you can reach. Might be behind your thigh, behind your calf, you might be able to hold your toes, wherever you feel comfortable. And I want you to pull the straight leg towards you, so you're in a good stretch in your hamstring. And then take the ankle and put it on the opposite knee. And then pull that thigh towards you, opening up your hips. Stretching your glute and your IT band. And then let that leg go down, straighten the one you're holding and you're pulling it in again. Nice straight leg, wherever it is that you can reach. Pulling it towards you, getting that good stretch in your calves or your Achilles. take the ankle and put it on the opposite knee, pushing that knee away and pulling the thigh towards you. Feel the stretch in your glutes, in your IT band. Wherever you feel it the most is simply where you are tightest. You want to stretch it to make it a little bit looser, a little bit more supple, and improve your flexibility. And release both your legs down, and we're going to bring one knee into your chest again and sending it across to the other side. So you get a big twist in your body. Arm goes out, so your palm is on the floor, and you're looking towards that palm, not your knee, looking towards the palm. And trying to push your shoulder into the floor as well as pushing the knee. Getting a nice big twist. Really good at loosening those muscles in your lower back, in your core, in your thigh and your shoulders. It's a really good stretch. And release. And come back to the centre with your legs nice and long. And we're doing the same stretch on the other side. So the other knee comes in. You're sending it across your body. Hand goes out and you're looking towards that hand. And then coming back to the centre and lying flat on your back, closing your eyes, hands at your sides with your palms facing up. And I want your feet to drop to the sides, releasing any tension you're holding in your ankles. And I want you to imagine the energy in your body is flowing towards your toes, flowing towards your fingertips. And as it flows towards them, it gets to the end and it floats out of your body. And I want you to take nice deep breaths. And with every breath out, you're sinking lower and lower into your mat. Letting your shoulders relax, releasing any tension you're holding there, and relax your jaw. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth and let that relax as well. And now there is a wave flowing up our bodies. As it travels further and further up, it takes all your energy out, relaxing even further as it works its way up past your knees, past your hips, through your chest and over your shoulders. Deeper into the mat and letting go of the energy. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing the life back into your body, and in your own time come up to sitting